I've been bootstrapping my little candle business, and this is vlog number 8. And in this video, I want to talk about what it takes for me to be successful, the recent candle sales, advertising, costings, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go right behind the scenes and break it all down and see if I've been making any money.
All right then, let's talk about Amazon, the big beast Amazon. Is it actually worth it? Is it going to be the vehicle that gets me to where I want to be? Or is it simply just ripping me off? Are the fees that horrendous that it's just pointless now? I think 10 years ago, Amazon would have been like easier. Like it would have been like the Wild West of like e-com. So, you know, it could have just get good products, some good images, and boom, you're going to be flying. And I think the fees would have been a lot less because Amazon wanted you to get on their platform and sell stuff. And I think now it's just they're constantly adding new things and new ways to get fees from you that it is probably becoming increasingly harder. Not to put anyone off, I still think it's a very good platform in order to make money, and I think it's a very good platform for you to streamline your business with the Amazon FBA. And it is the biggest shop in the world. Like everyone goes on Amazon to buy something, especially next day. Most people have Amazon Prime, so I do think it's a very good place to be. I just think there's a lot of costs that you have to factor in. Simply just sending a box into Amazon costs you £4 a box, which isn't a lot of money in terms of postage, but the things you need to think of, and they all add up. So let's have a look at the last month. I'm going to do 21 days of data. So today is the 21st of July, which is my birthday as well. So I'm 36. So hopefully the plan, a couple of years, this little candle business will be flying and I will be living the dream, surrounded by my castle of wax. But anyway, so I've sold 318 candles so far this month, which is absolutely incredible. I genuinely didn't think I'd be able to sell that many on like a relaunch. So this is my first full month going into it. Last month, I think I sold 151 and made £524 profit, which is, it's okay. It was just a start, it's just a launch. So for me to double that already and potentially hit 400 at this rate, like that is flying. So I think what I've done has resonated with the marketplace. I think they like it. I'm still waiting for reviews to come in. And honestly, like reviews on Amazon are so harsh. Like people are just assholes on Amazon. I can't put it any other way. I don't know why. I don't know whether people's expectations are up here or they simply don't want to pay for anything. I don't know. Whereas on platforms like Etsy, even on my own website, there's other places I've sold before, like everyone's so lovely. They understand it's a handmade product and they understand the effort and time that goes into it, and they leave lovely reviews. But I think on Amazon, they don't realize there's little sellers behind it. I think they just think it's one big beast, Amazon, selling everything. So I think they're like, this is crap. Oh, this doesn't smell like this, so we'll give you 1 star. I've had several like reviews in the past saying, I don't like the smell, 1 star. I'm like, cool, that's not helpful for anyone. But anyway, I digress. We're on a different one. So the amount of sales I've had, £4,500 worth of sales, which is absolutely mental. Like gross revenue, that's crazy. And I think this is where a lot of Amazon gurus will leave it at that. They'll be like, I made £5,000, but they won't break down the costs. This is where a bit of transparency comes into play, because like there's real business fees, there's everything involved in this to actually make it a workable business. So scale is really what we need. So out of that £4,500 I sold, we have had £421 worth of advertising, which is painful. I hate it. But unfortunately, in order to get your products to sell on Amazon, you have to use advertising. So not only do Amazon get money from the fees, they get money from advertising as well for their platform. So old Jeff Bezos is raking in all the money from all angles. So the real winner is Amazon at all times. So I think the projection for the month is going to be £600 worth of advertising, which is a lot. It's the most I've ever spent. I've got a few different campaigns going, and I'm just collecting data as well. The more data you can get from the campaigns, the easier it is to like streamline them. You can see what's working, you can double down on that, you can negate some keywords which are spending money. So for instance, if my candle turns up on a load of random books or something, I can stop that happening if I'm just wasting money. So there's lots of things you can do, but you need to just collect data. Unfortunately, you have to spend a bit of money with advertising in the beginning just to get the data so you can work with it. So it's a necessary evil, but I don't like spending the money. There we are. It is what it is. And then refund costs, I've had 5 refunds, 5 in 21 days. And it's so easy to get a refund on Amazon. You don't really need a reason at all, let alone a good reason. So each one of those does hurt a little bit, but I'm really trying to detach myself from it now. I'm just treating it like a business. That's fine. It might maybe turned up dented. It wasn't what they wanted. It simply didn't meet their expectations, so they sent it back. So I'm just trying to detach myself from it entirely, not take it personally. And then Amazon fees. This is a big one. So that's £1,652. And that includes the FBA fulfillment fee. So £931 of that. So that's a delivery, which for me, I don't think it's too bad. Like having next day delivery, I think it works out at like each candle, I think in total costs about £5 for me to send, including an Amazon fee and a fulfillment fee. And to do next day delivery with Royal Mail is about £3.99. So honestly, I don't think it's that bad. It just looks horrendous when you look at all of this. So £931 is unit fulfillment. £677 is referral free. So I think that's just using Amazon's platform. That's like their little commission. Then you've got marketplace facilitator. Don't really know what that means. I can look it up. I think that's just the fee for using the marketplace. Inbound transportation. So every parcel I send to Amazon costs money. It's quite cheap, but it costs money. That's, best part of 15 quid. And then you can actually fulfill orders from Amazon to your customers. So I've done one of those. That's £5. And then FBA storage free, which is £3.48. So everything you store on Amazon, you get charged for as well. So more fees. But that's quite cheap. I will have a higher one next month when they realize I've got way more stuff there. So yeah, that's a big chunk of cash there. Cost of goods, everything I've sold so far has cost me £1,263, 33 pence, which leaves me with a grand net profit of £1,082 so far, which is 24% margin. So overall, I don't think that's too bad. It is a lot of work to get to that point. Selling 318 candles. Some of it I have sold at a slightly lower price than I wanted, just to try and gain that momentum and that kind of volatility. Basically with Amazon, the more you sell, the more you sell. So it's kind of that catch-22 situation where like, how am I going to get more things to sell so it sells more? So that's where the things like pay-per-click advertising and trying to utilize some of your following to get them to buy. So I did a little offer where I did like a $10.99 candle on Instagram, and I think I got a few people to buy it, which probably helped in the beginning. So there's just a few little things like that I've done. I've sort of started off a bit cheaper to try and boost up sales, and I think it has worked. I think I've gained that momentum, that kind of honeymoon period where Amazon sees a new product, and then if it gets momentum, it's like, oh cool, this thing is working, these people are in business, so they kind of push it a bit more. That's what I think, and that's what I've heard, and it seems to have worked. So yeah, that's all the fees so far, which is just a hell of a lot of money. So I think I'm going to be projected to do about £1,500 from this product. Granted, I've got maybe 16 cents, and I know the ones which are working now, so I'm just going to double down on them and slowly get rid of the other ones. So overall for me, I do think it's worth it. It is just hard work. And the problem is I always get this shiny object syndrome. I think, is there a way I can leverage my time better to make more money in like digital products or coaching or health and fitness or something like that? Is there a way I can do something which has got higher leverage to make more money? At the moment, I don't know what it is. It's something I think about quite a lot, because I do think, am I just wasting my time? Am I just working so hard at this and making peanuts at the end? I don't know. Over time, this isn't all doom and gloom. Like, this is just the things I think in my head, and I'm not sure many people share that kind of side of it. But I think if I had a proper setup and I've streamlined it, I could do 400 candles in a day and get them packaged and get them sent. Whereas at the minute, I'm doing a couple of hours before work, I'm doing a couple of hours after work, I'm doing the best part of my days off on it. So every spare moment, I'm caning into my business. So not only the time, it's money, it's that kind of sacrifice at the moment. So it's just pretty much balls to the wall at the minute with everything to get this thing working. And it's the thing I've had the most success with so far, so I don't want to give it up. I want to see where I can get it. It's just trying to make everything easier along the way and enjoyable, so I stick at it. And what I'm doing with these candle tins is working. I can make a lot quite quickly, and I do enjoy all of it, and I'm happy with all the scents. So we'll see where we are. So I've got this product going, I've got a few other ideas, and if I can piece it together and get 4, 5, 6 different products, all bringing in a bit of money, I should be able to get to my goal, which is to match my wage and then to double that. And I think it's feasible. This has shown me it's feasible. So if I can unlock that piece on Amazon, that's what I want to do first. And then I think I'll double down and go back to doing Shopify, Instagram ads, going back to posting on Instagram and doing the content, because I really enjoy doing the content, but I can't do lots of different things at once. I need to focus on the one thing and do that well. But I tend to jump from different thing to different thing all the time, as my brain works. And I'm sure a lot of you with creative ideas and brains are like, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that, let's do that. Oh, what about that thing? Oh, what, that looks good. And I'm constantly thinking about that, like TikTok Shop is in the back of my mind as well, because that is flying and I don't want to miss that kind of gold rush. I think TikTok Shop now is what Amazon would have been 10 years ago. But I've got success with what I'm doing, so I need to double down on that and make that work before I step into the next thing. But I'm like, make some TikToks, get back on TikTok Shop. These products are working. Why didn't you get them on there? But it's just trying to do one thing at a time. Anyway, I've sort of waffled on once again, as these videos do. But it's just, yeah, how my brain is. But yeah, I've also been out the sun, so I don't know if that can see. There is a big line and I look like a drumstick. The beauty of t-shirt tans. So back to my original point, I think overall Amazon is worth it. It's just hard work, and you need to get your costings right. You need to make sure you're profitable from the beginning. Otherwise, you're just going to hemorrhage money. You need to make sure there's enough of a buffer for you to be able to absorb some refunds and do some advertising, because it simply doesn't work without advertising. But I think over time, you can narrow those things down and just sharpen the tool, and it will become profitable, as will your whole business, because you just get better at it, you streamline things and you just unlock different pieces of the puzzle, which is what I've done so far. Anyway, we'll call it a day. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.